Today I'm going to show you a simple marinara with just a few ingredients. Basil, diced garlic, 1 onion, a can of crushed tomatoes, olive oil, salt and pepper. That simple. Let's get started. All right, so let's move everything to the side. And I want a saucepan. In your saucepan, a little glug of olive oil and about half that diced onion right on in there. A couple cloves of garlic, diced. All right, so just stir these around, sweat out the onions a little bit, get that garlic flavoring. Once you've got a little bit of color, you can see it starting to change. You're going to dump in 1 can of your crushed tomatoes. Give that a stir. All right. Now is the time you want to season with some salt and some pepper. Now you want to drop in some basil. And again, stir all that in there. I think it needs more salt. Taste it, season as you need. Cover and simmer for about 10 minutes. So with your basic marinara now on the oven, simmering, it's a good time to make some pasta. So let me show you how to do that. You're going to need 4 cups of flour and 5 eggs. Simple, right? Now, I'm using double O flour. This flour works best when making pasta or pizza dough. Highly recommend this. If you don't have it, regular all-purpose flour will work. So don't sweat it. All right, so let's get started. I like to crack my eggs ahead of time before putting them in the flour. That way, if I break any shells, they're in the bowl and not in the flour. I also like to break them up before I put them in the flour as well. It just makes it easier. Take your 4 cups of double O flour and dump it right on the counter. When else can you make a mess like this? With your flour on the counter, make a big well in the middle. And from here, you'll pour your 5 eggs in the center. All right? Now you see why I like to whip them up ahead of time? Because from here, you're going to slowly bring in the flour, just like that. Little by little, bring the flour in, okay? And just mix it around. And eventually this flour will mix with the egg and a dough will form. Soon you can move in with your hands and start molding the dough together. It ain't easy, but it's so worth it. Woo! And this is the end result. All right, once you have your ball, you want to wrap it in some plastic wrap. Set it aside for about an hour to rest, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, after your dough is rested, unwrap it, and you should have this beautiful looking, silky, soft dough. You're gonna want a little bit of flour for your countertop, a little bit across the top. Cut your dough in half. I would actually recommend cutting it in 4ths, just so it's a manageable size. From here, you wanna roll out your dough, like so. Today I'm going to be using something I bought off Amazon. It's a pasta roller that connects into your KitchenAid blender. So let me get this set up. See this right here on the front of your blender? This attachment slides in there like this. and then you screw down and tighten it in. These 3 grooves here, these are a roller for flattening, one's for fettuccine, and the other one's for spaghetti. All right, so once you have your attachment in place, make sure you have plenty of flour in there, because you do not want this to stick in there. All right, so you're gonna wanna roll out your dough. Okay, now you're just gonna wanna turn it on your biggest setting, 1, you want to roll it through a few times before cranking it down. As you can see, it runs really well. All right, after a few times, turn it down to the next setting. And just repeat. From here, I just like to cut it in half to make it more manageable. Once your pasta is thin enough where you can almost just about see through it, you want to slide it through the pasta cutter section of this contraption here. So watch. Three minutes in boiling water, and you have perfectly cooked fresh pasta. All right. Sprinkle with a little bit of flour and toss, just so everything doesn't stick. And now you've got fresh homemade pasta. Salt a pot of water, and with a rolling boiling water, and bring it right into the water. Be sure to move it around so that it doesn't stick, and you only want to leave it in here for about 2 to 3 minutes. Here's a little trick. A couple ice cubes, and that water will stop overflowing. Just like that. See that? Put a little bit of that sauce that you made right on the top. Shred some Parmesan right on top. And there you go. As they say, bon appetit. Excelente.